6 inflammatory cooking oils harming your body you need to avoid. Almost all of the food we prepare begins with cooking oil, and it is typically the last touch. It's used to make delicious salad dressings, keep homemade baked goods moist, and to coat baking sheets and skillets before adding vegetables and protein. A well-stocked kitchen does, in fact, have a few cooking oils on hand. While cooking oil naturally adds flavor and texture to your food, it also discreetly raises or lowers the nutritional content of your meal. Many of the cooking oils you'll find on store shelves are deemed inflammatory since regular use causes chronic inflammation, which can manifest as chronic diseases and cognitive loss, among other health issues. In this video, we'll look at 6 inflammatory vegetable oils to avoid. Let's get this party started. Why can some cooking oils cause inflammation in the body? Not all oils are nutritionally beneficial. Some oils have the opposite effect, making the body more inflammatory. True, it's perplexing. Some cooking oils may lead to inflammation since they are heavy in saturated fats, which are not the good lipids associated with avocados. Diets high in saturated fat have been related to higher levels of low-density lipoprotein cholesterol, LDL, and an increased risk of developing heart disease, the leading cause of death in the United States. The American Heart Association recommends keeping saturated fat intake to less than 10% of total dietary intake. Although a few cooking oils are high in these fats, they are mostly found in animal products. Saturated fats are abundant in both palm oil and coconut oil. Are you shocked by the use of coconut oil? Years ago, this oil was popular in the wellness business since it was thought to offer numerous nutritional benefits. Use it sparingly in the kitchen and just as a cosmetic. However, while garlic may lend a wonderful flavor to some foods, using it as your daily go-to is unhealthy for your heart. Palm oil is increasingly often used in processed foods. It is well known for contributing to deforestation and for being high in saturated fat. So there are 2 compelling reasons to minimize your usage. Several scientists, however, have pointed out that America's excessive consumption of omega-6 polyunsaturated fatty acids, UFAs-rich vegetable oils is linked to the significant rise in chronic diseases such as obesity, type 2 diabetes, and other inflammatory disorders. Vegetable oils can be converted into arachidonic acid by the body. The main argument against omega-6 fats is that it is a precursor to chemicals that can have pro-inflammatory effects. Which vegetable oils are known to cause inflammation? If consumed often and in significant quantities, vegetable oils with high omega-6 content are known to contribute to inflammation. A common imbalance in the American diet is a high intake of linoleic acid from vegetable oils and the low intake of anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids, which can be harmful to one's health. Consuming a lot of omega-6 fatty acids has been linked to an increased risk of obesity, heart disease, arthritis, and inflammatory bowel disease, according to some studies. As a result, it is better to avoid the plant oils we will be discussing. So let's get right to it. Soy sauce. Soybean oil is produced by pressing soybean oil. It also has a high concentration of unstable polyunsaturated fatty acids, PUFAs. To give you an idea of the fatty acid composition of soybean oil per 100, the 5 fatty acids found in soybean oil are palmitic acid, 16G, stearic acid, 18G, oleic acid, 18G, linoleic acid, 18G, and linoleic acid, 18G. Linoleic acid is a harmful omega-6 fatty acid that is rapidly eliminated by heat. Soybean oil, in addition to being highly unstable and prone to oxidation, is also highly allergic, difficult to digest, and includes one of the most hydrogenated oils accessible. It doesn't matter if it's genetically modified organisms, GMOs, organic, or even high oleic, this is one of the worst edible oils for your health due to the large amounts of linoleic acid, which is about half of soybean oil. Even if you consume rich linoleic acid oils at room temperature, they will not be beneficial to you. However, when heated, they become far more dangerous to you. Furthermore, high omega-6 levels increase the risk of obesity, inflammation, and brain health degradation. When cooked to a high temperature, high linoleic soybean oil also creates oxidized lipids. Because oxidized lipids enhance systemic inflammation, your risk of atherosclerosis, arterial stiffening, and heart disease rises. Do you want unprocessed, pure, organic flaxseed oil? You might be interested in Barlean's fresh flaxseed oil. This award-winning organic flax oil is made through cold pressing without the use of heat or solvents. From seed to bottle, each drop provides a healthy mix of omegas 3, 6, and 9 while protecting against heat and light damage. All of the ingredients in Barlean's flax oil are organic, non-GMO, and vegan. Because of its numerous health benefits, mild flavor, and versatility, translucent, all-natural flax oil is a favorite among vegans, raw food aficionados, and cooks. Its flavor and look can alter, but its fatty acid content remains constant. Furthermore, this supplement contains nutrients that promote healthy eyes, nails, skin, and a heart. Simply eat it with a spoon or use it into smoothies, yogurt, cereal, or salad dressings. Oil from corn. Corn oil is abundant in omega-6 fatty acids, and an excess of omega-6 fatty acids can be harmful. It is critical that your body maintain an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of about 4:1. Most people consume these fats in a 20:1 ratio, consuming far more omega-6 than omega-3 fats. Obesity, poor cognitive function, depression, and cardiovascular disease have all been linked to this imbalance. A healthy balance of these fats is crucial since omega-6 fats are pro-inflammatory, especially when omega-3 fats are deficient. Corn oil has a 46:1 omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acid ratio. The majority of corn oil is derived from genetically modified GMO corn. By 2020, around 92% of maize farmed in the United States will be genetically modified to be resistant to insects and particular herbicides such as glyphosate. Many people are concerned about the effects of glyphosate buildup in the body as a result of eating glyphosate-resistant GMO foods that have been heavily treated with pesticide. Many people believe that GMO and glyphosate are contributing to the alarming rise in food allergies and intolerances. Sunflower seed oil. Despite evidence indicating that sunflower oil provides health benefits, there is concern that it may be connected with negative health effects due to high levels of omega-6 linoleic acid. Even though omega-6 is an essential fatty acid that people must get from their diet, there are concerns that overconsumption can lead to inflammation and other health problems. This is because linoleic acid is converted to arachidonic acid, which produces inflammatory molecules. Animal studies indicate that omega-6 derived arachidonic acid may boost inflammatory markers and signal molecules that promote weight gain and obesity. Sunflower oil is utilized in high-temperature cooking due to its high smoking point. This is the point at when the oil begins to smoke and degrade. The more aldehydes are produced by heating sunflower oil for a longer period of time. As a result, delicate, low-temperature cooking methods like stir-frying may be the safest way to use sunflower oil. Another downside of sunflower oil is the release of potentially harmful compounds when heated to 356 deg 180 dead C repeatedly, as in deep frying applications. When used for frying and cooking at high temperatures, high oleic sunflower oil is likely the most stable of the numerous kinds. Cotton oil. Cottonseed oil, like many other vegetable oils, has high levels of omega-6 fatty acids. CSO contains 55% polyunsaturated fat, 26% monounsaturated fat, and 26% saturated fat in its fatty acid profile. The fatty acid percentages are 3% stearic acid, 22% palmitic acid, and 54% linoleic acid. Inflammation can be caused by a diet that is low in omega-3 fatty acids but high in these fats. Cottonseed oil is utilized to create most processed foods and junk food because it is inexpensive and economical. Consuming processed junk food and cottonseed oil is harmful to your health because cottonseed oil is used in their manufacture. Cotton is commonly grown with high pesticide dosages because it is not considered a food crop. When buying cottonseed products on your own, try to go with an organic kind from a reputable vendor. However, you should avoid packaged meals containing this ingredient because they virtually always contain traditional cottonseed oil. Cocoa butter. Solid coconut oil contains around 90% saturated fat at room temperature. This is not the same as the saturated fat found in red meat, which clogs your arteries. The medium-chain fatty acids present in coconut oil are more difficult for the body to convert into stored fat. According to one study, ingesting coconut oil may also raise your LDL cholesterol levels, which is unhealthy for your heart. According to doctors, eating a lot of coconut oil makes it difficult to drop your LDL cholesterol to healthy levels. If you want to use coconut oil for cooking or baking, do so in moderation, within the recommended limits for saturated fat intake, and as part of a more significant balanced diet. Oil palm. Palm oil contains approximately equal amounts of saturated and unsaturated fat. It is frequently used in processed foods in place of partially hydrogenated oils because it is semi-solid at room temperature. This isn't necessarily a bad thing because it contains no trans fats and less saturated fat than butter. Even so, you shouldn't always use palm oil when cooking, especially since you can easily substitute oils with lower saturated fat content. Palm oil saturated fats have led to claims that it is dangerous to the heart. Diabetes patients should also limit their consumption of saturated fat because they are more likely to develop heart disease. They should also avoid sources of fat such as palm oil. The key to using these oils in your cooking is to use them sparingly, as it may be difficult to avoid them entirely, but always try your best to be mindful of what you put into your body. So, let's continue the discussion with a few more videos on healthy cooking oils. Please let us know in the comments.